something like.
A country village and a nice place to live.
I like to go and play with my friends around the village, and I like to go with my dad to the swings to the park.
It's a very tight-knit community.
Post office that was sold, the village community actually coined together to buy it and they run it themselves.
But it is a place to share views, to hear news, to spread news, to ask for people's opinions as well.
The village has been amazing over my lifetime. I'd never ever wanted to leave the village because I knew there was no better place to live actually. There would be probably 30 people own a bit of land and get a living from it. And now all the land has been bought by the big farmers, right? So all the little farmers have gone, you know, they just can't compete and make a living these days. I've got my living out of the village all my life. I've never had to go out to the village to make my living. You were scratching potatoes. As you can see, there is no potatoes visible on the top of the soil. You had to scratch down with your bare hands and find the potatoes. And the only holiday that the kids got was the annual holiday to Scarborough.
I'm the Sports and Social Club chairman for the past 30 years. I do a tremendous amount of work on the actual ground as well. It is a great success, you know, for the village. Yeah, it's a tremendous amount of good, especially to the youth as well.
It's a very tight-knit community, but if somebody new comes, they open the doors and everybody goes in.
All were drinking pubs and they'd be full Friday, Saturday night. You'd have a really good night in Staunton. A shop in the middle, about halfway up near the White Bear, and there was another shop near the school, and then there was a post office as well, plus a butcher's. So all them shops have shut.
We used to bathe in the River Foss, and we'd go down there after school or some days, changing the water meadows in the wild roses, you know, no swimming trunks, just your pants, and the girls and the boys all mixed in together, and it was a real sort of social event, you know. In those days, nobody bothered, you know. You just sort of got changed among the wild roses in the water meadows, and absolutely brilliant, you know.
We'd dam it up, and then we had a big swing, a high bank about 10 foot high, and we used to swing. We had a big rope, and we used to swing right across, and then just sort of dropping in.
Because I quite like the village. When I'm older, I would like to buy and this yacht what my dad's got, and then I would like to build a house down there, and because you've got a nice view down there, you can see all the way down there, and there's a little farm, and there's cows in the fields and that, and I like watching the cows and stuff.
Great days, really, you know. In the 1960s, when Sillington Hall was pulled down, right, there was a new estate built, right, of about 80 houses, which was called Parkfield. I remember Sillington Hall when the Little family lived there, and he was the lord of the manor. And then when Little died in the 1930s, it was bought by a Roman Catholic order, right? And there were an Italian order called the Alexican Brothers. Sold all the interior off, you know, demolished it, right? So that made way for Parkfield to be developed.
It acts as a hub, which is quite a modern word that's used these days in local government and things. And it's a social meeting place. Apart from serving customers with their newspapers, that's a big part of the service, the newspaper delivery service. It's a place in the middle of the village for all ages to meet.
We have a very, very nice old lady living in the village not far away. She will come into this post office and shop 3 or 4 times every day. She comes in, first visit is at before 7 o'clock in the morning for a newspaper and a packet of cigarettes. And I play hell with her for still smoking, but she insists on smoking. But the whole part of the operation is geared around making sure that people like that lady have somewhere to come, they can buy the produce, they can buy the newspapers.
A big one. There is no, wait a minute. That's a big one. This fella here. That fella there. Then John will tell me who lives.
It's her life. When we bought the place, we actually asked her if she would cut the ribbon and open it. She said because if it died, she would die.
That's a nice camera. Expensive.
It's a commuter village. It's also on a good through road as well, so it has those geographical, physical advantages. But it's the people, I think, in the end. It's down to the people.
one man down on the sports ground, a chap called Dennis North. He just works there and it's all for nothing.
Generation as well, and I like to talk to them.
Without those guys here, there is no community.
I think if it modernised, then people like that would move away, and essentially they're the heart of the village.
I love to close the front door, walk down the village, have a lovely evening with friends and walk home again.
Well, I would move away, but I'd still come back and visit quite often.
You know, I wouldn't swap the life for anything, you know.